All right, everybody. So in today's video, we are taking a look at the Moto G Stylus 5G 2024 and the OnePlus 9. Basically a current mid-ranger offered by Motorola until the 2025 model comes out, and then an older flagship device. And I want to share with you guys my experience that I've had with both of them and compare both experiences together. As you know, it's the age-old question. Can you have a good experience with a current mid-range device, or should you always go older flagship to have a better experience? Well, I'll answer that in this video, and I'm using these two devices as my basis of my experience to share that. But before I get into that, if you guys want to do me a solid, smash the like button. I appreciate that. Turn on bell notifications so you guys don't miss a video upload. And if you'd like to try out Helium Mobile, check the description for the promo code that will get you guys your first month for free when you're signing up. And that's a gift from me to you. And shout out to Helium Mobile, today's channel sponsor. So, the Moto G Stylus 5G 2024 and the OnePlus 9. So you guys can see, obviously, these aren't Pixel phones. They're not iPhones. It's a OnePlus device and a Motorola, which I think are two pretty good brands that I really have a good experience with. They both pretty much, in my opinion, come close as far as just like how they perform and things like that. And what that I'm saying is that the OnePlus 9 is a flagship device. This device, I believe, released in 2021. It's got the Snapdragon 888. It's got, I believe, 6 GB of RAM. And it's running Oxygen OS 14. So it's Android 14 based. It's pretty slick, pretty fast. Scrolling, I'm not having any issues with scrolling at all whatsoever that others have talked about. And, you know, it performs pretty good. I'm currently running this device on Helium Mobile. So this is my Helium Mobile device currently right now. And, you know, it's got a lot of good things going for it. You know, Oxygen OS is a pretty decent skin. I have no problems with it. Of course, the icons you see here they're an icon pack because, you know, you can customize them. So I did download a third-party icon pack, but it's not a third-party launcher. It is a stock native launcher, which I appreciate. While I've been using the Nothing Phone 1 with Nothing OS, I wanted to try, you know, using a OnePlus flagship. I've used mid-range devices from OnePlus, and they've been pretty decent. The OnePlus Nord N10, I really like that phone. And I get a similar feeling with the OnePlus 9. Of course, I do feel a little bit more power from this device, the Snapdragon 888, which is a 800 series chip, basically. It is not the 8 Gen 1, which is the newer ones, but it is, you know, pretty decent. Runs everything that I do on it just fine. Social media apps and everything work just fine. The cameras are really decent on this thing. And you know what, I'll be honest, like when it comes to photography, it is a hit or miss sometimes. They're decent for the most part. But when you are really trying to get that good photo, then sometimes the photos could be a bit grainy or anything like that. And that's just because of the camera sensor that this has. But for the most part, it does take pretty good photos. Now, going to the Moto G Stylus 5G 2024, and I've had this device for a couple of months, and I've said in review videos, I'm thoroughly impressed by this device. What Motorola has done is taken their mid-range device and pretty much well optimized it and just beefed the hell up out of it to where it's, you know, performing and functioning really, really good. I am really seriously impressed. Now, of course, this has the Snapdragon 7 Gen 1, and it's the same processor that, you know, according to Motorola, the same processor that will be in the 2025 model, and it was in the 2023 model. So they must really like the 7 Gen 1 chip. And it performs really good. I mean, it does everything that, you know, I need done with my, you know, social media, video editing and stuff like that. When it comes to processing a video is where it gets a little bit laggy using apps like YouTube Create or CapCut. But it's not drastic, okay? It's not sluggish where it's going to take 4 hours to process a 4K video. It takes about 15 minutes at most for like a 8-minute 4K video. So that, to me, that's pretty good. You have these really big camera sensors here. You can actually see the actual camera sensor themselves. But yeah, it's those really big, beefy 50 megapixel camera and, you know, LED flash. I do love the design and the feel of the Moto G Stylus 5G 2024. This faux vegan leather is, you know, it's cool. Not always, you know, the same as like the norms where it's like plastic or glass. Like this is glass. I drop this and this whole back will shatter. So glass on the OnePlus 9 and literally vegan faux fake leather on the back of the Moto G Stylus. So to be quite honest with everybody, between these two, I mean, their behavior is very similar. So an outdated, well not outdated, but an older flagship device like the OnePlus 9, which is running Oxygen OS 14, can definitely yield a similar experience that something of the Moto G Stylus 5G 2024 is able to give. The experience with the Moto user interface and the software optimization with Android 14 on the Stylus 2024, you know, it just feels very similar to what the OnePlus 9 has. So that's a very big thumbs up to the OnePlus 9, being able to deliver such an enriched experience on Android, a really good one, and for it being as old as it is. But it also means that, you know, a mid-range device like the Moto G Stylus 2024, you know, yields a similar experience to an older flagship of like 4 years ago almost. But you also have to think here, the way that Moto built the G Stylus 2024, you know, they really put a lot into it. So I can't say that every mid-range device that came out in 2024 is going to yield similar results to the OnePlus 9. There's going to be specific ones like the G Stylus that is going to bring a very similar experience. So in question, yes, going with an older flagship device for, you know, having more power and, you know, feature packed into it, you definitely want to go older flagship to have a very solid experience, because there's only so few mid-range devices that can, you know, be on that level, like the Moto G Stylus. But like any other, I would say like a Galaxy, you know, A15, maybe pretty good, but not as good as far as software fluidity optimization like the G Stylus 2024 is, or Oxygen OS 14 on the OnePlus 9, which is a flagship device. So at the end of the day, really, it's like hit or miss when it comes to mid-range devices, when it comes down to having a solid phone. So yes, you are probably safer bet to get, you know, a 1 to 3, even 4-year-old flagship device, depending on it, to have a much better experience. But in my book, between these two, they yield a very similar experience in software optimization, power, fluidity, and feature-packed, you know, tools that you can use that are native to them. And the one thing that the G Stylus has over the OnePlus 9, it's got that built-in stylus, which, you know, by any given, to those that are like, oh, you know, the S25 Ultra is like a G Stylus 2024 or 2025, you know, no Bluetooth air gesture stylus. No, but the, you know, the Galaxy S25 Ultra is a much more powerful device and has a lot going for it, especially with the updated Google AI, which is Gemini, which if you guys haven't seen, Gemini did get updated. There's Gemini 2.0 Flash, which you can test out right now. It's got a little bit more features involved. We'll get into that in another video. But for that, I'll leave you guys with this. Both great, solid devices. Very rarely you'll have a mid-range device that can perform like an older flagship. And older flagship devices are still capable in 2025. Thanks for watching this video. We'll talk to you on the next one. Aloha.